Hey everybody, Michaela and I are here and we are playing around with the chipper, trying to figure out what was going on day before yesterday. And the symptom was that it seemed like the feed wheel wasn't running anymore. Like it would just, you'd try and feed stuff in and it would just stop. Even small pieces wouldn't go into the machine. And sometimes that is because the gear that drives the feed wheel is stripped out. But we just replaced that a week ago, and I was hoping that that was not the case. So we started troubleshooting it in some other ways, and I wanted to show you a new thing that can happen to the chipper in case you run into this on the job. So we opened this up because initially I jacked up the feed wheel and I tried to move the cutting wheel, this cutting wheel here, just with my fingers in the chute, obviously when it's off, and it wouldn't move really at all. It would only move just a tiny bit. So that told me that there was something that was jammed in this disc area here. So we popped this open. There's two bolts here that you have to take off, and there's a pin here on this side to take off. And we got it open and we just found a whole bunch of gunk in here. You can see some again here. It was a lot worse than this initially. But we cleaned it out and chipper started up again. The feed wheel started running and we were able to feed a few branches in pretty much like normal. So I was pretty excited, like, oh hey, that gear thing's not broken. We're back in business. But after a couple sticks, it started behaving weird again. And I came over here and I noticed that if you want to come over here, Michaela, there's a lot of dust coming out of this disc area. See all this really fine stuff here? This is not wood chips. This is just tree dust, basically, which was happening because there was stuff that was getting cut up in there a lot more than usual. What I noticed also is that where we had the chute pointed, there's no chips coming out on the ground there. So what that told me is that while this was working and the feed wheel was working, there was nothing coming out of the chute. So if you want to come over here and look at this, this can happen particularly when the blades are dull or when you're chipping really stringy stuff. There's supposed to be a hole right here, and it's just jam-packed with chips. So what we need to do is we need to clean this out and free up that whole chute mechanism, and then we'll try it again and see if we can get it running after that. But when things don't chip up real fine, it can get stuck in there. And so what happened on Monday was the crew was chipping apple suckers, which is a for sure thing to do this sort of thing, especially on larger chippers. So we think that's what's going on. We're going to clean this out and see if we can get it up and running.